Hey everyone, Spencer here. Today I'm going to show you how to get your turntable all set up with speakers. It is very easy to do as long as you know what you're doing. So we're going to start with the basics. Let's talk about the four components that you need for this. The first, of course, is the turntable. This is what will convert the audio that is recorded onto the record into an electrical signal. The second component is the phono preamp. This will bring the signal of your turntable to line level. Without the phono preamp, you will get very bad audio. Many people forget to include this part in their setup. The next component is the amplifier. This will receive the audio signal created by the turntable and simultaneously send the sound and power to the speakers. The final piece of the setup is your speakers. Keep in mind that most setups will have some of these components combined. For example, most newer turntables have a built-in phono preamp, most older ones do not. Many amplifiers have the phono preamp integrated, and if you are using what are called powered speakers, those have the amplifier built in. Now that we've discussed the basics, let's talk about a few different setups. The first setup is the most common, powered speakers in a turntable with a built-in phono preamp. The way that you can confirm that it has a built-in preamp is by checking for a switch that says phono and line on the back of it. Set the switch to line and connect an RCA cable from the turntable to the back of the speaker that has the amp integrated. Then connect a speaker wire from the amp to the other speaker. Then plug in the power cord and you're ready to jam out. For the next setup, you will need passive speakers, an amp, specifically one that does not possess a phono connection, a preamp, and your turntable. The turntable should be one without a built-in preamp. First, connect the turntable to the input on your phono preamp. Then attach the ground wire. This is usually a bare wire that you wrap around or put through the ground connection. Some turntables do not have a ground wire. If you don't have one, you will be fine without it. Then connect an RCA cable to the output connection and connect the other end to your amplifier. Just pick any input for the connection. A quick tip is that you can use audio or video RCAs for this. They both work the same way. Next, you will connect your speaker wire to the amplifier. If you're lucky to have banana plugs, just connect the positive and negative. If not, you will need to loosen the screw or hold the spring back and insert the wire. Ensure that the wire is making a solid connection to the metal inside of the wire terminal. Most speaker wire is labeled with plus and minus signs or is color-coded. If it is color-coded, the black is the negative. If you have no way of telling, just make sure they match on both ends. It is very important that you do this properly. If they do not match on both ends, your speakers will blow up when you start your music. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be fine if you mix them up. Just try to make them match on both ends. Do this for the right and left channel, then plug in all your power cords. You're all set and ready to rock. This next setup is the ideal setup. You will need a turntable, an amp with a built-in phono preamp, and passive speakers. It will be set up the same way as the last way, just without a separate phono preamp component. Connect the turntable to the phono connection on the back of the amp, and don't forget the ground wire. Then connect your amplifier to the speakers. If you're feeling cheap and just want to hear your records, there's a couple other options. You can connect your turntable to a Bluetooth speaker or to your TV. For the Bluetooth speaker, you can connect via Bluetooth if your turntable is capable. Or you can use an auxiliary cord, aka 3.55 millimeter cord, to RCA adapter. For some turntables, you just need an auxiliary cord. For the TV, you can connect it to the audio input on the back or the front if you have an older TV. Then set the TV's input to the correct one. This won't work for all TVs because some will require a video signal to hear the audio. And keep in mind when you're connecting to a Bluetooth speaker or TV, you will need the phono preamp built into the turntable. Otherwise, you'll need a separate phono preamp. And just a few extra useful details and tips for you. You may have heard the word receiver in the past and wondered what exactly that means. A receiver is an integrated amp with a built-in FM tuner. The tuner is what makes it a receiver. A receiver without a tuner is called an integrated amp. So if you get a receiver or an integrated amp for your setup, you're good to go. Also, for needles and cartridges, if you're having trouble after setting everything up, you may want to consider replacing the needle or cartridge. Sometimes these get worn down or bent and cause the turntable not to perform properly. Another useful tip is the speaker wire can be substituted with many different things if you don't have any on hand. Any wire will work for speaker wire. You can cut the power cord off of something that you're throwing away and trim the wire to use in place of standard speaker wire. Don't mention this trick to an audiophile. They will tell you that you need to buy standard speaker wire. Don't fall for the snake oil, your ears will not see the difference. I hope this video was able to help you get your turntable all set up and working properly. If it did, please leave a comment down below sharing what was the most useful. Also, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more useful videos just like this one. And if you're looking to buy a turntable or some other component, make sure you check out our website at SpenCertified.com. You can also stop by our shop in Mesa, Arizona to shop in person. Thanks for watching.